Hello and welcome back to the colony with Man of the Antz, playing some more Frostpunk today. So last time, we've expanded a fair bit really, haven't we? Got those little offshoots coming off now, we've got a bunch of heaters around as well. Someone pointed out in the comments I do need more heaters. If you bring up the old temperature overlay, yeah, most of these tents, quite chilly. They're a low risk of getting ill, but it's still quite chilly there, so another heater in there wouldn't hurt very much. Is that another one there as well? Oh, there's a steam hub down there. So they're already covered by two then? Oh, they are already covered by two. So does being covered by more than one not matter? Because that's got that one, and that's chilly. And that doesn't cover that one. And then these are covered by two and so building more steam hubs to cover them twice doesn't make any difference. We need to do an upgrade to improve their actual overarching output, I guess, then. And this steam hub here only works during working hours for the hothouse there. So what else was pointed out in the comments? Someone pointed out that the workshop, you can run more than one workshop at a time, and that does give you a bonus to research. So we shall turn this one on, and we shall fill it with engineers. Perfect. So we're going to get a little bonus to our research from that. And someone also said I should build another cookhouse as well. I don't know why. They said I should definitely go back to normal rations, which we are doing currently, because we've got this full meals one down here to try and produce standard rations for a little while. So we are currently producing standard rations. I don't know what having another hothouse would achieve, as we don't have any raw food rations, but lots of food rations in general. So I'm not too bothered about getting another hothouse. And our food production in general seems to be going okay as well. So we might get another workshop going, because that could be quite useful looking forward. Oh, that was the other suggestion. The other suggestion that someone made, and apologies, I haven't looked up who it was, so you shall remain nameless, was to put the automaton on the coal pile, so the coal pile is constantly being worked on, which will stop us getting to this point where we are, where the coal pile fills up sometimes. So let's see if we can do that. So if we turn the automaton off there, turn him on there, and then we'll just fill this up with, I want to put that child in there. I like having a nice child worker. So yes, we'll put a child worker in. It does mean we're going to have to heat that building now, when obviously we didn't heat that. But that does also mean, I suppose, that the people who are working here are now working in a nice warmed building, so they should be slightly better off. Although it is freezing in there. What am I going to do about that though, eh? Says I could put another heater there. That's something I could do about that. Not going to though. So I might not need all of these now going forward. I've got 4. Oh no, that's a cemetery. I've got 4 gathering posts around here. I might not need all of those. Because the automaton on the coal pile essentially takes the place of 2 gathering posts. So maybe we can turn off 1 or more of those and get a few of our workers back again. Right, let's speed some time up then. Oh, we won't speed some time up. We got someone waiting over here. They have reached the American camp. There's not a soul living in the camp. We found about a dozen emaciated bodies. Surprisingly, most of them were amputees fitted with prostheses. Interesting. The American camp was well supplied with everything except for food. Just notice we're getting some frame drops again. I'll have a look at that in a second. Searching the tents, we found more victims of hunger. Most of them have badly worn but sophisticated artificial limbs bearing a company symbol, Tesla Manufacturing. Ooh. We can only bury them and take their equipment. Can't you take any of those prosthesis limbs so we can perhaps use those walking forward? Nope. So there's a temporary settlement there. Shall we send them on? I think we will, because it's relatively close by, isn't it? So let's send them there. And then I will have to save the game and try exiting the game and coming back out again to try and get rid of these framed. I don't know why this game is so hard on nothing. It's hard on nothing. I don't know why it destroys my GPU. Like, it's on the lower. Anyway, back in a minute. So, right. So that's now set up. That's sorted. We were speeding some time up, weren't we? That's what we were about to do. Discontent has just risen significantly because of overcrowded medical facilities, perhaps. So there's nobody waiting. Because it's cold at home. I'm pretty sure that's what they're complaining about. But I could overdrive that, I suppose. That'll help a little bit. But I mean, it's only going to be for those ones, really, isn't it? If we turn this on again. Well, it does seem to have had an effect on further ones. Does overdriving ramp up the steam hubs as well, then? He says. Right, so that is comfortable. The watchtower. Do we need, if we turn the... I suppose we could leave it on. There's nothing wrong with it being comfortable, is there? Right, so we'll leave the overdrive on for a little bit, but we've got days. We're on day 17, and it takes till 21 until that happens, so we're going to have to just turn that on and off, really. I might leave it off during the... Oh. Shouldn't turn that off, apparently. Don't know what I was going to do about that. So I think I'm going to leave that off. Are you probably sure people have just... I delivered the decent food. You are welcome. We have researched the generator power upgrade. The temperature in heat zones rises by 1. So we can now use this. It uses 200% more coal, though. But that does mean everyone's going to be toasty warm. So it does also mean we could potentially get rid of this now. Because do we need... I mean, still kind of do, don't we? Okay, fine. Fine. So that means... Oh, hold up. Our wood is full. We need to build something with wood. We'll look at that in a moment. We'll actually be able to spend some of this on it. So we have the steam hub upgrade. So the heat zones extend further. That could be nice. Generators burn 10% less coal. I think that's going to be very, very useful. Overdrive extends by twice. Improved heaters. That could be very useful as well, couldn't it? Outpost depot, the factory we're going to need at some point. We've got all of this stuff. The gathering post insulation. That could be very useful because I'm guessing they're quite cold, really, aren't they? They are quite cold, so we could do with some gathering post insulation. We should probably look at maybe moving that up to cover them as well. Maybe we'll do that. Food health. I think for now, I think I'm going to focus on let's get the generator efficiency research, so it burns a little less coal. What are we going to build? We don't really need a medical post or care house. We don't really need any of those. We could just build a resource depot for wood. I mean, that wouldn't hurt, would it? We'd use all of our steel, though, saying that, so that's not great. We could build another workshop. Maybe we'll build another workshop. Maybe we'll build another workshop. Maybe we'll make this a little research area up here. We could put it down here and actually sits within a heating zone as well then. Let's rotate. That is. Yeah, let's pop it. I don't know, is that going to be heated there? It's always hard to tell, isn't it? I think if we put it there, it will be. So let's put it there then. So that'll use up a little bit of wood, but not much really though, is it? What does that take? 15. Maybe we should build a little... Oh, we can't. We've used all the steel. Oh, not all, but used enough steel. Maybe we will build a little... whatever it's called. So that's built. Let's turn the heaters on. Fill it with engineers. Oh, that arrived somewhere, didn't it? I forgot that. The settlement seems to have been abandoned. It consists of several tidy wooden shacks that are now completely empty. An upright boulder stands at its center. The center of the settlement is marked with an upright boulder. On its roughly plain surface, someone has chiseled the following. May God forgive the genius who sacrificed human lives in the name of progress. For we can't. Exiles of Tesla City. We won't touch the monument, but we decide to dismantle the huts for wood. Lovely. What are they carrying now? 2 steam cores. Oh, Ooh, that's a bit more risky, isn't it? It's a bit more risky. Let's send them on to the walled colony. Let's do that. So I am still getting some frame drops, about 5% so far. I can only apologise. The game's on the lowest setting. Nothing else on the PC is open. I just very little else I can do. The game just doesn't like GPUs. Like, at all. So, yeah, sorry if you do notice any stuttering. The Londoners prey on discontent. A few more have been persuaded. A member of the Londoners is talking to a crowd. He's trying to scare as many as possible into joining the exodus to London. But his visions of doom ring false in the ears of people who are content with the situation in our city. Well, I can't do either of those, so I guess we'll let him speak. And then they'll grow, and that's horrible for us. Hope is at an all-time low. Oh dear. That storage is near capacity, so that stopped working. So we can now build a resource depot, so let's build one of those. We'll pop that up here. How is this coal pile doing? It's down to 44, so let's turn off that one there. There's no point in having it there if there's not much coal to really gather, is there? We do have... Oh, we have homeless. Where have the homeless come from? I've got literally no idea. Okay, we can sort that. We can build homes. I'll cheer the miserable buggers up. Oh, that counts as being adjacent to a street, just as long as it's touching it. Fine with me. Let's build some more. Build another tent there as well. That's been built, so we'll set that to be wood. Which gives us a lot more wood storage now. Excellent. That's being built, so those 5 homeless are about to be homed. The 5 homeless have homes. Perfect. What are these? Oh, the medical posts that I shut down because they don't serve a purpose at the moment. That's fine. It is night, so I shall... Well, I've left it a little bit late, but let's turn overdrive on briefly. Someone has defaced the walls with predictions of doom for our city. This is troubling. People already fear we'll share Winterhome's fate, and scared minds are swayed by even the smallest nudges. Hope will fall... Oh, okay, so we can slightly allow hope to fall. Yay. So, we have a bunch... Did some people arrive? Is that what happened? Did I not notice them arriving? I think we could make another watchtower, because I think we're having some issues here. So... let's pop one... Oh, hang on, there's one there, is there? Oh, there is one there. Look at that. Didn't even know. Maybe we don't need more then. Hope is drastically bad. I don't really know what I can do about it. I don't think any of my book of laws are going to help me get hope up. Well, that might. Morning gathering. We'll gather each morning to make sure our goals and priorities are clear to everyone. Oh, that does actually raise hope. And the guard station raises the hope of people living nearby and lowers the discontent. Discontent will rise slightly. I think let's do the morning gathering to start, something nice and easy. The scouts have reached the exile colony. This is the walled colony, or no, it's called exile. It was walled before, wasn't it? It definitely was. Numerous snow shelters expertly built from blocks of hard-packed snow huddle around cold, burned-out campfires. A deadly silence hangs over the colony. Some of the exiles are still alive, just barely. We could try to bring them back to our city, although they might die on the way. One of the dying held a diary to his chest. We read the last entry. Exiled from Tesla City with food and fuel running out, we sent the strongest among us to search for help. They're our last hope. We're afraid this refers to the poor Yankees we buried. Ooh, hello, that's harsh. I think we'll bring the exiles to the city, because they could do with not losing the stuff they've got. I know there's another place down there, but I don't want to lose the steam cores and everything they've got so far. So let's escort them back. It's that screen, it's that world screen that it really hates in terms of frame rate for some reason. Right, is there anything else we need to be doing right now? I'm trying to get it centered. I'm trying to use the Q and E keys and it's not working. Oh, did I not turn that on? Obviously not. The Londoners are now up to 14. If I lose 49 people, I am pretty screwed. Pretty screwed. So if they've been gathering without that doing anything, then we probably only need one, and we might even need that one. I might turn them all off and see how it goes. Save us a tiny bit of fuel. Let's turn the overdrive off now that it is day. Or almost day. It's probably a little bit premature, but there we go. There's only 20 hours of coal, it says. I suppose they're about to start gathering more, aren't they? Maybe I need to look at building another coal thing. Didn't seem like we need them, or maybe if I need it, I suppose I'll just put the automaton back on the coal. That seems to be the issue. So we have a steelworks, we have 2 sawmills. There's our steelworks. Maybe I might need another. Our steel has taken a while. Maybe another steelworks is in order. Maybe another steelworks is in order. Only takes wood. We can put it right next to that one. Just sort of makes sense, and I could even put a heater between them then, couldn't I? Yeah, let's put it there. And we'll build a little road between them. Boop. And then, like I say, because I'm imagining it's quite chilly there, yes? Yes, a moderate risk of getting ill, so I think I will put... health? Where the hell... Oh, I can't. I don't have any steel. When I get steel, I will build a little heater between them, I think. And maybe one up here as well. Well, they're saying that the workshop is toasty warm. Toasty warm. The resource depot, well, that's a resource depot that doesn't actually need anything. So that's fine, actually. And the sawmill's not too bad either. Not too bad either. Right, speed things up. Oh! The scouts have reached freshwater springs. These are the ones who've been travelling for a year and a half. Several pools are kept from freezing by a hot spring and deep underground. Patches of hardy lichens cling to the bare rock at their edges. It looks like a good place for a hideout. Near the freshwater springs we met some refugees from Winterhome. They're a sorry sight and seem to be completely unmoved by the fate of their city. Asked what kept them from starving, they look away. They mumble something about eating lichen. I don't really want to escort them. So we should just send them. Good luck. We now have... Oh, I thought those places we could go, but they're not, are they? They are places we can set up an outpost. Delivers wood or coal. We might need to look at doing that at some point. So let's send them to the Frozen Grove then. And then how do we set up an outpost? Send an outpost team there. That makes sense. How do you set up an outpost team? Do you just send a team of scouts there? There's some way of doing it, isn't there? And I'm drawing a blank, people. I'm drawing a blank. Watching my coal go down really drastically. Really drastically. It's because it's gathering it and then it's stopping it, isn't it? That's what it is. It's gathering the coal's emptying, so it stops. Okay. So our generator is now more efficient. We might have to turn it down to level 2, you know. So we can do some more research. What have we got? What have we got? Probably need to look at getting the factory at some point. I wouldn't mind having... We just built another steelworks, haven't we? So there's not really much point in getting another steelworks, or a better steelworks, I should say. Coal's currently okay, plus we've got the outpost option. Wood's doing alright as well. Healthcare installation? It's not a bad one, really, is it? It's not the most exciting. And that'll give us some people back to work, but we don't really need that. We've got a few people. Let's do healthcare installation. That'll look after the people that are actually sick. Well, there's only 10 people so far saying that, which means... Nope. So we've got 1, 2, 3. So we only need 2 of them, don't we? So let's turn that one off. And that still gives us the capacity for 10. We'll have to keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't go any higher. Our food is just ramping up. Might have to build some food storage at some point. This is done, so we can get this working. We shall fill it with workers and children, obviously. How much steel do we have? Not very much at all. Let's get that cracking up. Yeah, coal is definitely on its way down, and nothing's really... that upgrade didn't make much difference, did it? Unfortunately. There's lots of coal there now, though, so we do need to turn these back on, but it's now too late for today. But we'll turn a couple of them back on at the very least. Oh, and we should put people... No, it's already got people assigned. Does that have people assigned then? No. That doesn't, does it? No, that's not how it works. That's fine. And that'll give a nice little boost to our coal at the very least. These will be back soon. They've got coal, they do not. Okay, well that's a moot point. Scouts have reached the frozen grove. That's the very close one. Some trees in this grove bear deep cuts in the shape of a cross. We found some bones scattered amongst them. Poking around the trees marked with crosses, we found shallow graves under each of them. The dead bodies lack most of the bigger muscles, and some bones bear signs of a cut-in tool. The corpses have been obviously stripped of edible parts. Now we know what kept the survivors by the freshwater springs from starving. We will leave the graves intact, but we can cut the trees for wood! Yay! Let's head to Snowcliff. I'm just looking, where does the outpost come from? Is that something you need? Where do you get... How can you send people on outpost things? I cannot see it anywhere. Ah, outpost depot. Allows us to assemble an outpost team and send it to an established a permanent... Yeah, so that's... Maybe we'll get that. I mean, our resources aren't horrible. The coal one wouldn't be bad, I guess, seeing as that seems to be struggling a little bit. Okay, speed up. Ah, we can bring a new law in. So, under adaptation, there is nothing which will raise... Well, reduce discontent? I mean, how is our discontent? Terrible. Terrible. Overcrowded medical facilities? Oh, because I enacted that law. That's what it is, isn't it? So there are 8 people... Oh, the scouts have returned safely with all sorts of stuff. Awesome. Including a lot more people, so we need to do something about that, really, don't we? Pause the game. Right, we're almost full of wood again, so we could do with building another resource depot, which we will just stick. I might actually... Because they don't need... Don't need heating or anything, so I'm... Oh. If I build it there... And then do that. So we'll get some more wood from that, or some more space for some more wood at the very least. We might need to think about getting more food on the go. So we just had a whole bunch more people come in, and then some more on the way. Yeah, they're 3 days away. We need to think of something for these people to do. That's another thing. What are they going to do? We're going to need... how many homeless do we have? 56 homeless. Good lord, people. Oh, okay, so, right. We can fit some more in around this. We're going to have to. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Let's just put them all there. We'll see if they're covered by the heaters once they're built. We might need to extend the heaters a little bit. I don't even want to bring it. It'd be silly to bring it all. I might just do that. Let's just do that. Okay, so we've got lots of things being built. We've just spent a little bit of our wood. That'll get the homelessness down. Now, so our discontent and our hope is terrible. So we could do the guard things. Increases the efficiency of a workplace. Guard stations raise the hope of people living nearby. Guard stations lower the discontent of people living nearby. You can use guards to break up protests. You will have to build 2 guard stations. Let's do that one. We could do with having something we could actually put people into employ. So let's build some guard stations. I wouldn't mind putting one like right in the middle of those, really. But what could I get rid of? I mean, that. Get rid of the watchtower? It does cover a lot, doesn't it? I might get rid of the work tower. How do I get rid of the work tower? And we're going to need to build another one anyway. So let's pop one. Where is everyone? There's a few people living around here, aren't there? Again, that is next to that other watchtower though, isn't it? That's the problem. We'll just put it slightly to the side then. And that's not attached to a street. We shall do that. Wait for that to disappear. Oh, and then hope, of course, we can actually fit a watchtower in there, or a guard tower in there. Oh, we can. Perfect. It covers so much, look. That's great. Turn it on. Put some heat in there. Put some workers in there. They have places to live. We need to... Oh, we don't need more medical facilities. There's only one person there. Oh, what's this? Another act of vandalism. The Londoners have defaced some more walls, urging everybody to join them and abandon the city. Oh, we'll send the watchman to sort it out. Oh, I thought it said 5 coal left for a second, but no, 5 hours left. Less panicky. Members of the neighbourhood watch who are moving the Londoners so because they've been assaulted. Well, let's secure the streets. Yeah, I'm not having that. Not on my watch. Is he sitting on a lot of coal? There is a fair bit of coal there. We're going to have to do something, because it's obviously not working. So let's move the automaton back onto this. Turn the heat off. And then we'll turn all of these back on. And we'll send some people to gather it. We'll send some children to work there as well. To gather stuff directly from the pile. In the cold, unfortunately, but screw them. Because I think that'll get us some more coal, which we currently really need. Oh, this was going to be wood again, wasn't it? Oh, it's on the downward slope here. There's lots of food rations, so you should be eating. I don't know why you're so hungry. You've all got places to live, like immediately, as soon as you moved in. I think that's pretty good. We've built the guard stations. I hope we'll... Oh, that's a good... Discontent fell significantly, though. Not so sure why that happened. But okay. Okay, whatever. Thanks, game. Oh, and these people. Our city. Oh, they're at the city. Oh, because, yes, they went over there, didn't they? Of course. Well, I guess you should travel to the fishing village, then. And then I think we're probably going to need to look at going to the coal mine. Setting up an outpost to go there. Although we do have another 49 people not employed. But we do also have 69 people about to sod off. So, you know. What's the range on these? So if I build it like... If I build it here... That'll be fine.
No time to waste. We've got work to do.
Yeah, let's put it there. It's not next to a street, so I don't... Oh, it is next to a street. It's connected to a street. Okay, so that's not going to get... So all healthcare facilities are now warmer, which is good. We are up to 14 people being treated, so I might open up another hospital just to try and spread them out a little bit. 5 people are still hungry despite there being lots of food rations. That's a bit frustrating. Scouts have reached Snowcliff. Ah, this is the other one here. The hole in the Snowcliff leads to a small chamber. Someone lives here, but the lonely human figure we saw from afar has disappeared. It might be the sole survivor of Winterhome. The man we've seen from afar was nowhere to be found. Searching his burrow, we found a diary of a scientist who fled Winterhome. After the starving city fell into chaos, its leader, an army captain, appointed himself an absolute ruler. He tried to impose order using force. Plenty of people, disgruntled, deserted the city, and most of the others rebelled against him. So this sole survivor, we're just going to go in there and take his stuff. And there's no option, that's just happened. Okay. We see a faint wisp of smoke coming from the base, a patch of deep snow at the base of a small hill. Let's send them over there then. What's going on? Oh, there's no research goal. Ooh, how long has that been off? I think I'm going to go for the outpost. We have got the coal thing now, though, haven't we? Let's go for the factory. Been thinking about the factory for a while. Let's get that done. Doo-doo. Right, why did they stop? Did they stop working because there's nothing to gather? That's why they stopped working. Let's turn this on. Let's fill it with children. It's a terrible rule. Does hope go down whenever you use children? I don't know. So most people are covered by a watchtower now. There's a few down here which aren't. So I could build another watchtower. Order is what I'm looking for. If I pop it there, no, it only gets one look. Not very useful at all, is it? I could take out one of these. Yeah, if I put it like, oh, put it there. It gets 4 of them. I might take out one of these medical facilities. Let's destroy it. That tent's off. Did I turn it off because it was freezing there? I think I turned it off because it was freezing there. That kind of makes sense. So let's build that watchtower there, and that'll get... yeah, a good chunk of the things which are not currently covered. Which will help. And then it means I can extend buildings beyond here. So I'll have to build another heater, obviously, but that's no problem. That is no problem. So these people are busy thumping away, producing a little bit of coal. This one is working 24 hours with the automaton. If I can get the factory in another automaton on that coal, that puts in a better position again. 7 hours up to where we've got coal now, so that's actually gone up a little bit. I was going to get colder there. Oh god, I didn't realise. Oh, that's going to be horrible for us. Okay, right. Scouts have arrived somewhere. The cave is a hideout for some children who were evacuated from Winterhome. There are no adult survivors. We should talk to the kids and take them to our city. We talked to the children in the hideout. They said that one night their teachers and some hunters took them out from Winterhome on a secret adventure. Teachers told them they're going to stay here for a while. When the food ran low, their guardians went back to get more and didn't return. Well, we've got to escort them back, haven't we? We can't... Yeah, we have to. It didn't unlock more stuff for us to discover, so that's not the worst thing. And those children will help replace the 67 people that are about to abandon us. How dare you abandon us? Let's get that watchtower working. Yeah, this coal is ticking up now, which we're going to need because we know how to put that overdrive on for that. Bearing in mind it's about to get even colder. Do I think about going for this so I can get the generator range upgrade? Or the steam hub range upgrade could be useful. Use twice as much coal though. Improved heaters? Improved heaters could be very good. Does improve coal usage, but then you use one, I suppose. I did say the outpost depot, but we might be okay with that as it is now. Resource depots can store more. Gathering post insulation. Sort of useful. I might have to look at doing the bunkhouse. And slowly start replacing the shelters with the bunkhouses. That might be a pretty good idea, actually. Don't think we really need the infirmary. Oh, we are going to need more food. I like it's just more people, not more food. I think I'll go for the bunkhouse. Give people somewhere they can actually live. What's that? End of the day.
It's time for rest.
Rations are still going up a little bit, so that's not too bad. Coal is up to 7 hours. Our piles are basically empty, but it does seem to be ticking up at least. Gone down to 2 hours now, though. Ooh, hold up. Hold your horses. So it's gone back to 2 hours, but that means it's going to run out very quickly. I don't really worry about it because it was going up, but now it is not going up. I can't change the working hours yet. Oh, you can dismantle the building from there. That's good to know. Huh. Well, there's not much we can really do about it at the moment, I suppose. We could build another coal thumper. People are no longer concerned by the Londoners' slogans. Some have started to bring hot soup to the guards patrolling the streets. That's brilliant. We couldn't bear watching them walk along the streets in the cold. Nice. That's taken a little bit of the edge off them, but they're about to get very annoyed when we run out of coal in the middle of the night, a day away from it getting colder. Okay, right, no, I'm going to have to build another coal thumper. Because I'm researching something now, so we can't do that. So, let's build another coal thumper, and we'll put it here. Yes. I know we're out of coal, don't you bloody tell me, I know. And the Londoners gained more followers again. 75 they're up to now.
Order, people.
Right.
March to work.
Off you go. Oh, I can build factories. I can build automatons. Why didn't I do that? I forgot that was a thing. Let's pop the factory in there. Put it down. Let's put the factory there. Oh no, turn the generator back on. That can go back on now. We'll leave it on steam level 1, I think. I think we're going to have to for the moment. We'll leave the range on 2, though. Why is that? Building must be at least... Oh, because all of the heaters have turned off. That's why. Have they all turned off? Yep. Do I just leave them off for now? So it's the ones which are particularly cold we could turn on, couldn't we? No, they're off, aren't they? That's not. So the ones that are particularly cold... That's got an automaton, so we don't need to worry about that. We'll turn those ones on, but we'll leave the other ones off. We have the bunk houses researched now, so we could start replacing houses with bunk houses. The factory is massive. I might turn that off actually, because that's quite warm. 100 steel. Oh, that's okay. We've got 100 steel, 100 wood, 50 coal is more of an issue perhaps. But if we can get automatons working on another one of the coal things, that'll help us out. Did we not research something? We did the bunkhouse. Yes, of course we did. Bunkhouse, insulation, infirmary, flying hunters, hunting tactics. How much coal do the steam heaters use? Or the steam hubs? What does it tell us? 3 coal an hour. That's a good chunk actually. That's a good chunk. So do we think about getting a better coal thumper? 1120 versus 5, so yeah, just basically double it, doesn't it? Ooh. Although I suppose if I do something which just helps people feel a bit more comfortable, that might be more useful for us. So in that case, let's do the gather and post insulation. And we could do another law as well. Discontent will rise. Discontent will rise. We don't really want those. So really down here, discontent will rise. So we could do the pathesis one, doesn't really help us with anything. But the fighting arena does reduce discontent. So let's do the fighting arena. Which I can't say I'm overly keen on, but whatever. Ooh. What the people want, they get, I suppose. Let's go back to that a second. I might put it over here in this sort of hotbed area. Hide it behind the factory. Let's hide it behind the factory. Out of sight, out of mind. Next to the cemetery as well, so if anyone dies in a fight, they've not got far to go. That's thinking. That's thinking with portals is what that is. Right. Scouts have reached the fishing village. A hot spring keeps a tiny patch of sea from freezing here. The Americans used this opportunity to set up a village, a fishing village. That means we can get food from there as an outpost, I'm guessing. This fishing village used to supply Tesla City with food. Searching it, we found a letter. Mike, don't return to the city. Tesla is a madman. He cast out all the amputees, all the sick. Jerry's parents and old Beth are among them. There will be blood. That's for sure. And soon. The village was left in order. We could send a team here to start fishing. Let's leave it intact. And let's carry on down here then. Down to Tesla City, down to this madman. So, it's about to get even colder. Our coal is going up. It's going up nicely now, actually. Could probably do with more gathering outposts at this point. Or we could just assign people to these, couldn't we? And now everyone's employed. In horrible conditions, but they're employed. Is it worth...
Rest time. Work is done.
pop in a... tech? Where's the Steam Hub? Is it worth popping a Steam Hub in here, maybe? I think it might be. Doesn't cover the sawmill, annoyingly. Oh, I don't think that's where I wanted to put it, but that's where it's going now. Cool, okay. So I think after this, we will leave the game there for now. Some of our people are concerned about the low temperature in their homes. They quite sensibly point out it's easier to fall ill when it's cold. I know. You will have to start heating 12 of the cold homes within 2 days. Start heating 25 cold homes within 24 hours. We'll do that one. I don't know if we can do much. Which ones are cold? All of these. Hope rises. So Hope's gone up quite nicely around this time. How many do I have to do? 12. But I mean, it's 12, but I can't do the ones which have already been done. Which actually leaves me in a bit of a predicament, doesn't it? How do I do them when they're already being heated? Surely, let's pop one down. Surely that does something if you pop it down here. Right? It's got to. It's got to, hasn't it? Let's pop one down and find out. The scouts have returned to the city with all sorts of stuff. Lots of wood again. We actually need another resource depot to hold all of our wood. But we can't build one, so that's just stuck for now. Yeah, that did not heat anything. So, I'll tell you what, we're in trouble with that. Because the only way of doing it... I'm going to turn that off for now. The only way of doing it would be to put overdrive on this. Or we could do steam level 2, I suppose. If we do that... Right, so we need to leave that. That cannot go down from level 2 now. So we need to have all this coal coming in. And we're going to be struggling because in 9 hours we are screwed. And we have homeless again, or because more people arrived. Right. I'm going to leave that there, because if I just carry on trying to keep up with stuff, the game never ends. We've got 2 groups of people waiting to do something. We've got 31 homeless to deal with next time. We've got a coal shortage problem. I started maintaining livable conditions in homes with the steam level 2, and I'm not sure I can get enough coal to cope with that. I might have to turn off all of the heaters. I don't like that idea. We need to leave the hothouse one on. Yeah, I don't like the idea. Oh, that's freezing in there. I can't do that. But what else am I going to do, quite frankly? I need to stop that cold. I need to stop it. Cool. Okay, so going to leave that there. Hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed this miserable look at a miserable life in a miserable place. I do like how our city is expanding, though. It is looking quite beautifully industrial now, isn't it? I'm really liking that. How's this factory doing? It was almost done with the automaton. That'll help with the coal, actually. Yeah, I'm really liking how the city's looking in general. I like how it's expanding out a lot. Ooh. I love we've got these little like spokes of stuff going on. Yeah, it's looking really good. We're doing terribly, it's looking really good, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day, I think. So, if you enjoyed that, do click the like button, massively appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Questions and comments, as always, leave them down below. I do really appreciate your guys' help, because obviously, I'm struggling with this a little bit. Don't forget, I do stream on Wednesdays at 6 PM, and it'd be wonderful to see you there. Ooh, talking of streaming Wednesdays at 6 PM, as you may be aware, Frostpunk went on a head-to-head battle with Surviving Mars to see what would become the series on the channel, and Frostpunk had just about edged it out. So now that we finished Monster Hunter World, Surviving Mars is going to be the stream game on the channel for the short future at the very least. So come along on Wednesday and take a look at that if that was something you wanted to see me do anyway. Otherwise, I will see you next time in Frostpunk, and as always, thank you very much for joining me.